You are watching #Nerd Swag.
Yo, what's up, comic book reading universe? It is I, your friendly neighborhood comic book collector, Stephen Savelli, and I am here today to bring to you my comic book haul for books that were released on March 18th, 2015. Yes, I am holding Mjolnir. This is a great hammer. Before I get into my comic book haul, I just want to do a quick public service announcement. This might be my last comic book haul. Not forever. I took a dramatic pause there. This might be my last comic book haul until about the second week of April. I got a new job in the state of Washington, and Alyssa and I are moving home. So, if you don't know, right now we currently live in Los Angeles in the United States, and we're moving back where our friends and family, where we were both raised and born in. So, I'm moving home, we're relocating, so we're gonna be moving and packing and all that business. We move next week, so pre-recording a bunch of like nerd swag grabs and video reviews, so hopefully I'll still be releasing content, but might be my last haul for quite a while. You can follow me at Savelli Nerd Swag on Twitter. I will be posting on Twitter and pictures of my comic books that I buy every Wednesday and all that kind of stuff, so see you there. Okay, so I have 11 comics to show off for you guys. I didn't do a comic book haul last week. So I have last week's comics and this week's comics together. It's 11 comics. I have 6 comics from Marvel. I have 2 comics from DC and 3 from Image. So, yeah. Let's talk about this. I'm very excited. I'm going to go over last week's comics just super real quick. And I'm holding Mjolnir only because the first book I got is Thor, issue number 6. This is titled Who is Thor? And in this issue, we have Mr. Odin's son trying to figure out and get to the bottom of who the new female Thor is. If you don't know, it's not Thor, like they didn't make a new character. They're calling her Thor because they don't know what else to call her because it's a mystery. So, this is starting to, Thor's gonna go around, the actual Thor, Odin's son. He's gonna go around and try to figure out who Thor is, and that's the start of the mystery in this issue. So I'm very excited for this series. It's always great. I said I was gonna do these fast. I think Star Wars issue number 3 came out last week. I'm doing this off memory. This is written by Jason Aaron as well, who writes Thor, and Star Wars has been awesome. This is definitely the best title of the Star Wars titles. Better than Princess Leia, better than Darth Vader. I'm excited to read this. And haven't read it yet, so we'll see. The next issue I got is Spider-Gwen issue number 2. I was very surprised that Spider-Gwen came out 2 weeks after the first issue, but I think they're trying to keep the hype going and keep the motivation happening. So Spider-Gwen issue number 2 came out. I really like this. I really like Spider-Gwen, and I think the reason I like it is because, well, it's a new character and the art is just really cool. I like the pop arty colors. Very bold, solid colors. So, and all the shading is usually done by the ink, not by colors. So that's cool. And then also New Avengers issue number 31. This is 2 months until time runs out. So this Secret Avengers countdown, there's been an evil villain that's mysteriously been in this cloak, and we don't know who the villain is. Been messing with the Avengers and New Avengers for quite a while now, like the entire time leading up to Secret Wars. In this issue, the villain is released. We finally know who the villain is, who's been messing with them for a year and a half worth of comic books. We just now found out who the villain is. So Marvel, at least Jonathan Hickman, is doing villains right in this issue and not jumping the gun and really telling a nice, methodical story. I know who the villain is. I'm not going to talk about it here because some of you might not have read it and you might want to be surprised when you read Secret Wars, but I'm very happy about the villain. It's not Thanos. It's not. It's too small. Anyway. Alright, that's it for last week's issues. Let's get into this week's comics. And let's start with Image Comics. The first book I bought is The Walking Dead issue number 138. It is titled Confrontation. So, if you don't know Carl, he's causing some problems. He beats some fools up with a shovel, and that's not what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be playing by the rules. He's Rick Grimes' son, but he's got an attitude, and he's entitled, and he's kind of a brat. Anyways, that's what's going on with this book, and in this issue, he causes yet another confrontation. because that's what Carl does. He's actually a strong, good character in the comics, but he's causing issues right now. The next issue I got was also written by by Robert Kirkman, and that is Outcast, issue number 7. This is titled The Road Before Us. This is the start of a new story arc, and I think the first 6 issues were just released in trade a few weeks ago. But yeah, this is written by Robert Kirkman. It's about a guy that helps with exorcisms and the paranormal, and this is a solid book. I don't want to get too much away because I know a lot of you guys read independent comics in trade, so yeah. But I got Outcast issue number 7. The next book I got from Image is C.O.W.L, issue number 9. Now, I've been very surprised with everybody's comic book hauls that not a lot of people are reading C.O.W.L. Other than myself, I'm not quite sure actually who else is. This is the beginning well, not the beginning. This is part of a story arc that's just blowing me away. C.O.W.L stands for the Chicago Organized Workers League. They're a union of superheroes. So if you know nothing about C.O.W.L, here's my selling point. Imagine if superheroes were a part of normal city government, just like policemen, just like firemen, just like, you know, paramedics, stuff like that. Imagine if there was a division that was for superheroes and they were sent out to investigate certain things and deal with certain crimes. So that's what C.O.W.L is. It's set in Chicago, and what's really great about this book is, first off, it's written well by Alex Siegel and Kyle Higgins, but also Rod Reese. His art is awesome. The thing I can say it's most similar to is Watchmen, but that's not really fair because it's not Watchmen, and it is definitely different. I'm trying to show you guys here the art. Anyway, I really am a fan of this book. It's about like 1960s era, and how often do you get a superhero book that has a map, like a fantasy book type map that gives the regions and the names of the streets and all that? It's pretty cool. Anyways, so when they're talking about stuff in the comic, you actually can like visualize where they're at in the city. I don't know, this is C.O.W.L issue number 9. If that sounds at all interesting to you, pick up the trade, borrow it from a friend, go to Barnes & Noble, pull it off the shelf and read it and stick it back. Don't tell them I told you to do that. You could do that though. That's why they have a coffee shop there. I mean, whatever. Anyway, C.O.W.L issue number 9. This is a great book. I'm shocked not a lot of people are reading it. You should try it. Trust me. Just come on, trust me. Do you guys trust me yet? At least on some things? Alright, let's hop into my DC books for this week. The first book I got is an Endgame tie-in, which is Detective Comics. It's issue number 1 because it's a one-shot, but this is a tie-in to the Endgame story arc that's going on with the Scott Snyder and main Batman title, and Detective Comics is just doing this little one-shot tie-in. This book wasn't really necessary, but if you're a completionist, you would definitely want to get this because this is the issue before the final part of Endgame. In reading this really quickly, because it's a pretty thin book, it's a $2.99 book. It almost feels like a half-size comic. It's very like thin, like they'd give away for free comic book day type of book. It's not really needed, but it's kind of following the auxiliary characters during the Endgame stuff. Not Batman, but everyone else that's with him. Don't want to give too much away. Alright, the next issue I got is Superman, issue number 39. Now, this is the first story after the big Ulysses arc, and also after Superman got his new powers. This is written by Jeff Johns with art by John Romita Jr. So if you don't like square faces, you shouldn't buy this book. But this is, I think, not even the start of a new story arc. I think this is kind of like an issue in between 2 story arcs. It's called 24 Hours. Yeah, and that's Superman issue number 39. Down to 2 more issues and then we are done for the day, and that is Princess Leia issue number 2 and Silk issue number 2. These are both second issues of stories that I don't really care about. Silk number 1 was okay. I think Spider-Gwen was much better, and I think just I wasn't too fond of the writing, to be honest. I thought it was kind of convoluted and pretty subpar. And then Princess Leia is written by Mark Waid, who's a great writer, but I just couldn't care more. I couldn't care less about Princess Leia, the character, especially this comic book version. So I don't think this version needs to be told. From what I understand, Princess Leia is a miniseries, and I think Darth Vader is a miniseries as well. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know if I'm gonna... If it is, I'll probably pick up, if it's 4 issues, the next 2 issues, but if it's not, I probably will not pick up any more than 2. And then Silk, the coolest part about this book is this cover, I think. But I'll continue to read it, see if I like this issue, and we'll move on from there. So that is my comic book haul for this week. Like I said, this will be my last one for quite a while. It sucks, but we are so excited to move home and so happy. And yeah, so let's get into my most anticipated title and cover of the week, and I will just stick to this week's comics. And my cover of the week, it's so hard to see on camera. My cover of the week's, yeah, it's hard to see kind of here, but I'm gonna give my cover of the week to Outcast, issue number 7. You can see it pretty well. You can see the detail. I really like the simple contrast of colors that are similar but are different enough to make an image. So, Outcast, issue number 7. I like this cover. And my most anticipated book. You know, this week's kind of a slow week. Definitely these independent titles are what I'm excited about. These DC and Marvel books, I actually, not that excited. No, I'm not excited at all. So my most anticipated title is Walking Dead, issue number 138. This Walking Dead is great, as everybody knows. And Robert Kirkman is continuing to hold it down for the Citadel. And his writing's superb. So The Walking Dead and Outcast, 2 Robert Kirkman books. Most anticipated title and cover of the week. Please leave down below in the comments your cover of the week and most anticipated title of the week. I will continue to watch your guys' videos and comment, especially while I'm traveling and stuff like that, because I'll need the entertainment. So I'm super excited to watch your guys' videos. And until next time, which is a long time away, make sure to follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later. Peace.